bit grey and very bright, so apologies if the exposure is a little bit out. Today we are test riding the new 2022 Africa Twin Adventure Sport. I'm not going to talk you through every single tech spec sheet and everything like that, because to be honest with you, something that I'm not too clued up about, I'm not really that fussed about, and I think most people just want to know what the bike actually feels like to ride. Looks the bollocks, and it rides absolutely incredible. So enough talking, let's get the kit on and let's go for a ride. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that little bell button and leave a comment below. Let me know what you think to the Africa Twin. Well, here we go. The Honda Africa Twin Adventure Sport DCT. Fucking hell, that's weird. No clutch. And it's an automatic bike. But it's a nice big bike. It's a lovely riding position. It's a very windy day today, I tell you that. Not the best for riding or a ride review, but nevertheless, we're out on it. We've got this for about an hour from the guys at Honda at Nottingham. I'm a bit annoyed it's the black one. I wanted the white, blue and red one, to be honest. I mean, that's the Africa Twin you want. The Adventure Sport Africa Twin. But it does feel very nice. There's a lot going on. A lot of controls. And it's got no clutch. They said this is a like a park brake. And what you can do with this DCT model is you can flick it basically like you'd have Tiptronic in the car, so you can have an automatic or you can have Tiptronic. Down here you've actually got effectively Tiptronic. So if we put that into manual, which we're in 6th now on manual, well, let's go. Yeah, it's like a little Tiptronic down there. But it's a very nice riding position. I've seen a lot of people talk about the this Africa Twin, and I see a lot of people that have it for proper adventures, off-roading and everything, and it seems to hold up. Whoa, where the fuck was he going? Seems to hold up well for everything, and it sounds pretty nice as well. It's got a bit of a grunty sound to it, which a lot of bikes off the showroom floor sound a little bit crap. Very strange, that automatic gearbox, but it's quite refreshing. When you go from, I guess it's the same as if you go from a manual car to an automatic car. But it just takes some getting used to, because I'm searching for my clutch and my gear lever, which is not there. But first impressions of this bike are bloody lovely. I've not ridden a Honda. Let's put it in sport actually. Sport, let's get into sport. I've not ridden a Honda in years. In fact, the last time I rode one was on a track day around Donington years ago. And obviously I follow Honda quite a lot with the MotoGP and things like that, but I've not ridden one in a long time. God, it does sound nice. Not sure if you can hear that. It does, it sounds absolutely mint. And this is just a stock exhaust. So I think if you put an aftermarket exhaust on this, like a acro system or something like that, it's gonna grunt like hell. But yeah, I think if there's two bikes that I would consider in this the bigger adventure touring range, it would be this or the Super Adventure R. I don't think the GS is something that I'd necessarily lean towards. I'm yet to ride a GS, and I'm sure that they are absolutely outstanding to ride. So yeah, so this is the Africa Twin Adventure Sport, I believe it's called. And looking at it with the Adventure Sport pack, which I believe, someone can tell me if I'm wrong, comes with like the crash bars, the fog lights, slightly bigger front wheel, I think it's a 21-inch front wheel, electronic suspension, pretty much all the bells and whistles that you want. But you'd have it in white, blue and red. I wouldn't want a black one. And this comes in base of 15,950 quid. So it is getting up there, but this has got everything that you could possibly want for a proper adventure touring bike. And I wouldn't worry about dropping this off-road, because these are properly designed for off-road. If you look at all of Honda's, all their marketing assets, everything like that, and you follow some people that have got Africa Twins on Instagram or YouTube, they put it through its paces. So you've got all sorts of bits here. You've got heated grips, you've got your fog lights on the front, you've got cruise control, you've also got Android and Apple CarPlay with this as well, which I think is fantastic. It's one thing that I find that bikes now, they are definitely getting towards that. I know that Triumph have got things like the blind spot indicators coming on the bikes and things like that, but technology has moved on so fast in cars, and bikes are definitely catching up. So I think that having Android and Apple CarPlay in this is great. You got to wire it to the bike, which is fine, because most people wire their phones to the bike anyway for charging. But you get everything that you could want, and I think that electronic suspension is awesome. And one thing that it does have, which if you watched my Multistrada review, which if you've not seen it, click up there and it's up there. One thing that I mentioned about that, which frustrated the hell out of me, is the cruise control roll off. So on the Multistrada you couldn't just blip the throttle forward, whereas this little blip on the cruise control, on the throttle, sorry, and the cruise control's off. And it just, every single bike that I've ridden with cruise control has that, apart from that Multistrada. Now whether that's a pack or something that you can get on, I don't know, but it's just little things like that. But this feels bloody well built. It's big, it's burly, it's not too high. The seat height I believe is about 850 mil, something like that, 85 centimeters. But you're getting a lot of wind protection with this standard screen as it is as well, which you'd probably put a slightly bigger aftermarket screen on. But you do get a lot of wind protection, and with having this big old fairing here, you're well protected. God, that automatic box is bizarre, but I do like it. And auto cancelling indicators, which is a bloody must. It's just little things, you know, when you're riding a bike and you find little things. Right, so we're in sport. Ooh. She's got some grunt. you've got so many options to change things around on this bike in terms of the power, the engine braking, the traction control. You've got it all at your fingertips to really have some fun with. So do you need that extra 30 horsepower? Wait till I get on a GS and then I'll tell you. But on this, oh, it does sound lovely. It's very throaty. Now I know I have mentioned that it sounds nice, but see if you can hear this. And that's stock. Not a lot of bikes sound like that stock. What's the standing position like? It's quite nice to stand up actually. It doesn't feel too... It feels nice and nimble. I wouldn't want to take this down any serious off-roading with it not being my bike. Off-road, user 1, user 2, you know, tour, urban. So now we're in urban mode and we can just have a very comfortable cruisy ride. It does just feel very sturdy and planted. And I am beginning to love this automatic gearbox. I mean, it's very similar to a car that when you put the throttle down, obviously it's going to be in the gear that's most economical to that setting, so it might take a little bit to punch in, but if we put it into manual, it's got some go. So yeah, you just got Tiptronic, you got plus and minus on the left, and all the accessories that you can get with it. So I've seen some bikes that have got everything on, the extra fog lights which just look awesome. But I think if you're looking for a bike that is a step up from like a 890 Adventure R or something, and looking for something that competes with that super adventure, that you're going to be doing a good mix of off-road and on-road, then you've got to be considering this Africa Twin. Because for me, for what the type of riding that I do, I'd say probably 70% on-road and 30% off-road, and I'm not a very good off-road rider. I still put my bike down quite a bit, don't mean to, but I do, and I wouldn't feel too worried about putting this down, especially with this adventure, what's it called, sport adventure pack, when you got your crash bars, and you can get some lovely looking crash bars for this. And the luggage, I've seen some fantastic looking luggage. The Lone Rider stuff looks absolutely bob on, and you can fully kit the bike out with everything for that. The only thing that I do think is missing, unless I don't know, and if I don't know, someone could tell me, is a GPS mount. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think there is one, unless it's under here somewhere, but I'm not sure. People will be able to tell me. Am I missing it? Am I being stupid? And you've also got a USB port here, which I believe does your Apple Android CarPlay. You've got your power vault there, and although there's a lot going on the controls, it feels nice and big and open. Hey, are you going to wait, are you? big CC just pulls. It's so smooth. You don't even notice, but you're up to 60 in no time. Because it just has no... doesn't feel like you're fighting it at all. You're just going. The weirdest thing for me is this. All this air here, you got no clutch. And that effectively is a handbrake up there. So you don't want to be grabbing that. But it's a long way, you can't reach for it. Let's go in sport. Fuck it. I know I've said it before, but the sound, I've never got on a bike out the showroom that it sounded just so nice. And Honda have a fantastic reputation for building a quality bike. They've been around for bloody long enough. They've dominated MotoGP and World Superbike for long enough. And this Africa Twin has been in the market since about 1988 or something like that. So it really is one of the top selling bikes in the UK, and I would imagine for Honda. The two big ones at the top of the big adventure sport category have got to be the Africa Twin and that GS. It's so nice to ride. The only thing, if anything, that I would change is I'd put a bigger screen on. I'm getting quite a bit of wind, but I'm 6 foot. The seating position is lovely. You're not on your tiptoes at all. In fact, let's go down here. I'm not on my tiptoes at all. It's very comfortable standing, and yeah, see, I don't know whether you could hear that, but it took quite a bit for it to change into gear, but probably me doing quite a bit of revving. Oh, that's a lovely little road. Yeah, probably because I was doing quite a lot of revving there, that it just took a moment to pick back up. Yeah, this is even in urban mode. So you've got urban, you've got touring, you've got off-road, then you've got custom settings, and with each of them you've got either manual mode, automatic or sport. So you've got a bloody plethora of riding modes for you, and it is unbelievably comfortable. Your legs don't sit out wide, they sit nice and in, but nice bent knee. It's not too bent, and I've got pretty dodgy hips, so if my legs are too bent I get very uncomfortable, but this is unbelievably comfortable. It is very windy today, but to be honest with you, I haven't felt it that much. I've got a little bit on my head, but I've not felt it that much. It's been alright. As an all-going touring machine, it's got everything there. There you are, that cruise control drop-off. Oh, it's the little things, but it's little things that you get used to and you enjoy. Just that little blip. It's also got, on the indicators, it's also got, they're like daytime running lights all on the indicators, and they look very nice. So the biggest question is, why would you buy one of these bikes? Well, it's fucking amazing, that's why. But no, in all seriousness, I think if you're looking for something that you can do quite a bit of off-road and also some long miles, because it's got that big engine, it can just sit and it can hold on the dual carriageway, on the motorway. It can sit and hold nice and firm. it's going to do you. If you want to go around Europe, this bad boy is going to absolutely churn it up. But equally, if you want to go down some little dusty tracks, some muddy roads, riverbeds, things like that, it's not going to have a problem at all with it. It's going to absolutely love it. And are you going to be worried if you put it down? No, I don't think you are. Whereas my predicament with the Multistrada was because it's so refined and beautiful, and that Italian engineering and the beautiful bodywork and the beautiful paintwork, it looks incredible. Of course it does. Snip in there. But I would not, personally for me, I would not feel comfortable going down some rocky gravelly paths and potentially dropping it. So if you're looking for an all-out road bike, the Multistrada is probably more towards you. But if you're looking for an outright adventure bike, which, let's face it, is, I think, possibly the best type of riding you can do. It takes you anywhere. You can go to all four corners of the globe. Probably wouldn't want to go to the Arctic on it. It'd be fucking freezing. But they can take you anywhere and handle absolutely anything. I have to say it, I think this is possibly the best bike I've ridden to date. The nicest, the most versatile, that just does absolutely everything, and everything to the highest possible standard. So it's definitely I mean, I'm not changing. See, I love that you can just brake. You don't need your clutch. Why do you need a clutch? You don't. It's 2022. Get yourself an auto. I'm not by any stretch thinking of changing my bike right now, but down the line there's now two bikes that are bubbling around my head, and that's this and a Super Adventure R. Because this is incredible. If you have an Africa Twin, or you're thinking of getting one, let me know in the comments below why you've got one, what you think of it. It'd be good to get other people's thoughts, and maybe I've forgotten something, or maybe you disagree with what I've said. Let me know. It's always good to have a chat about these things, because like I say, this is the first time I've been on this bike. So I've only had it for an hour or so, so there's going to be things that I don't know and haven't picked up on. Well guys, we are just about back at the dealership now, so I think that's probably going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you very much for joining. Please don't forget, like, subscribe, hit that little bell button, and I shall see you on the next one.